Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information with a video on the 2025 Ford Maverick. We're working our way through the different trim levels and going over what's standard plus what's optional, including different packages on each of the different trim levels for the Ford Maverick because the order banks are going to be opening up. In fact, by the time you watch this, they should be opening up real soon. So you can go into your local dealership and you can go ahead and place that order. So we want to go through all the different trim levels. This one here we're going to talk about, as you can tell from the title, is the Tremor. It is its own trim this year, no longer a package on the XLT or Lariat. It's its own trim level. And so you'll find out as we get going why they've kind of broken that out, because they just found so many people were not ordering the XLT but going ahead and loading up with the Lariat. And this way it gets all the Lariat technology and everything that you need for off-roading capabilities and when you want to go off-roading. So its own trim level for this year. And so we're going to go through this and talk about that. So don't forget, you can go and order. If you want to order from us, we have a YouTube special, and we'll have more information about ordering tips that we adhere to and we're transparent about. And I'll have more about that at the end of the video. It's in its own timestamp. In fact, all these are time stamped. If you want to move around in the video, use those timestamps to use this as a resource for you, so you know exactly what you're getting and what you want on your vehicle, especially if you're custom ordering your vehicle. So don't forget, if you like videos like this, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of these videos. All right, let's dive in. I'm going to be using some clips from Ford's website. Usually we'll use the build and price, but it is not up by the time of recording this information in this video. So we're going to go ahead and use some of the B-roll we collected from being able to see these vehicles in person. And I was able to walk around the new Tremor, and it looks really good. I wouldn't say all new, but it's redesigned Tremor, I should say. And it's looking really good. So I think you'll really enjoy it here. So starting with some of the mechanical features, we always cover those first. It will have the 2.0 liter EcoBoost engine with the 8-speed automatic transmission for this year. So it's going to have all that power and capabilities with that EcoBoost engine. Also, we'll get the advanced 4-wheel drive system with the twin clutch rear drive unit, 4-wheel drive lock, and the rear drive unit lock as well back there. So what's great about this advanced 4-wheel drive system is that it can deliver power to the wheel that it needs to. So in a situation, if you're in that situation and you need to drive more power to the rear driver's side wheel, it can do that. Not only deliver it front to back, but also from side to side, which is just incredible. So this thing will be able to do all the off-roading capabilities that you see in the Bronco Sport. So you'll really enjoy that. Off-road tuned suspension on this, so it have unique front and rear springs up there that'll help increase the ride height, which is even higher for this year, and unique front and rear shocks with the Tremor logo on those rear shocks back there too. So some nice upgrades. Now we're getting an increased ride height because mainly of the tires, which we'll get to in just a little bit. But selectable drive modes, you do get some extra drive modes when you're in the Tremor. I know you get normal, believe tow haul, slippery, a mud rut, a sand mode, I believe. I believe those are all the right drive modes there for that. So you will not see an eco, you will not see a sport mode for the Tremor. You do get trail control, which we did see that last year. It's like cruise control for the trail. So you can just put it in that trail control, and it's going to keep that speed and allow you to be able to just concentrate on the steering. So that way you don't have to worry about coming off of rocks and different things like that. So you can set it from anywhere from 1 to 19, maybe 20 miles an hour. Anyway, under 20. And then also for this year, new for this year, they really kind of under the radar here. It does have the Trail 1-pedal drive. So you might ask, what is that? It's kind of like an EV where you don't have to worry about the brake. So what it's going to do is, as you press accelerator, you're going to go. Let off, it's going to brake. So that way you don't have to try to figure out that 2-pedal system when off-roading, which can be complex. So that's pretty cool. The Trail 1-pedal drive, we've been seeing that first introduced into like the Raptor and some of those vehicles, and really the Bronco. Now we're seeing a Bronco, Raptor, Tremors. A lot of the Tremors will have it, like your Super Duty Tremor, and some of those will have it. And now on the Maverick Tremor as well. So it's getting all the DNA of all the other truck Tremors that are out there. It's getting all those things here. You also get a heavy-duty transmission cooler to help cool that down a little bit for shifting and such. We have electric parking brake, electric park assist, power assist steering, I should say. So EPAS, so you'll have that as well. Variable assist power steering and electronic stability control. So a lot of performance upgrades and mechanical features that help this be a really fun off-road vehicle that you really enjoy. Now let's talk about some of the safety features. So some of these are pretty similar to what you see on the Lariat trim, because really the Tremor has its Lariat equipment. So for the airbags, driver and passenger front airbag, dual stage airbag deploys a different size airbag. Depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. Safety canopy side curtain airbag that deploys down from the side to help protect from breaking glass coming in on a rollover situation with a rollover sensor. Side impact airbag for the driver and front passenger. So if get that side collision, it's going to deploy the airbag on the side of the seat, help protect it as much as it can from you hitting the side of the vehicle. And then we do have a driver knee airbag from that front collision, so that steering column doesn't hurt you, help protect your knees from that. We do have an anti-theft engine immobilizer security. Passive anti-theft system only means a coded key can start the vehicle. We do also have perimeter alarm. So we lock that vehicle up. It's going to set that perimeter alarm around the vehicle. So if somebody tries to, raise the vehicle up and down or break into it, it has intrusion inclination sensors that are going to set off the alarm, honk the horns, flash the lights, let people know someone's trying to break into the vehicle. We do also have evasive steering assist. So we did see this as part of a package on the Lariat trim last year. It is now going to be included as standard equipment on the Tremor. Evasive steering assist, if you're not able to stop in time to avoid that accident and you need to steer around it, there's nobody in the lane next to you, it'll help assist in the steering. That is a feature you can activate and deactivate. Some people aren't 100% sure on that yet, but technology's been out now for a couple of years. It should be pretty good and good to go, I should say. Intersection assist. Also, if you're coming across the intersection, this was also, I believe, introduced into the F-150 last year. So intersection assist, if there's somebody coming, you maybe can't see them. Maybe there's two lanes and the one's in a blind spot of the other, and they're stopping, but the other car you don't know is, you don't see them. It'll help stop. The system does see that and stop you, so you short, so you don't have that accident. Pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, the Ford collision warning, dynamic brake support. So if the car in front of you is going slower, maybe they're turning real slow and you don't realize it, it'll alert you, series of tones and lights that you need to stop, and preloads those brakes for you as well. And now for this year, I'm going to get some more information on this, but you do have automatic emergency braking oncoming. So we assume oncoming cars, it'll help brake for that as well. So you don't have that full head-on, both vehicles going full speed, hitting each other. It'll help see if the car's coming in your lane and then stop the vehicle so that you have a less severe accident. So post impact braking as well. And then they also have post collision braking, and we're going to do some Maverick Monday videos to some of these technologies that are new for this year, and what's the difference between impact braking and the post-collision braking. So post-collision sounds like it's after the accident, whereas post-impact sounds like it would be the same thing. So we'll get some information on that, and maybe it's just some rewording for this year. Also, lane keeping system that gives you the lane keeping aid system, the alert system, the driver alert, and also the road edge detection for the Tremor, and the Lariats get this as well. So road edge detection, it detects that road over there. And then lane keeping keeps you in your lane. If you have the aid, the alert will vibrate the steering wheel if you've left your lane. So, and then the driver alert will tell you if you've taken your hands off the steering wheel too often. All right, now let's get you some images of the exterior. So let's talk about this. It's for the grill up there. Unique upper grill for this year. So all new grills across the line. The Tremor is the only one that's going to get the 2-bar grill across there. Unique styling with the Tremor orange accents in there. Also the Black Edition Ford logo as well. So you're going to see that as well. Only see that in the Black Edition package. So that'll look really nice. You'll see darkened headlight assemblies as well, with the LED projector headlights with LED signature lighting on those as well. And then you do have the auto lamp. So the automatic will come on when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light, when it's on the auto setting, which is what happens when you first turn the vehicle on. Always will default to the auto lamp. Configurable daytime running lights as well, and wiper activated LED headlights. When the wipers are on, headlights will come on as well, even if it's in the daytime and it's bright out. Auto LED high beams as well. So high beams, if it's dark enough outside, it'll turn those high beams on. Someone approaches you in the city lights, it'll shut them off. So that's something else that you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of your vehicle settings screen. The front bumper is now improved for a better approach angle. So you'll see that. I like the look of it. I really do. So see what you guys think about that. Also gets front parking sensors included in this too, which is really nice. And you get 360-degree camera on the front, under the side mirrors in the back, and that front camera can use on off-roading as well. When you have it in that mud ruts, I assume your front camera is going to be on as well. So that's going to be a great feature. Front tow hooks in those bumpers too, with the Tremor orange painted accents on those. Front skid plates for underbody protection as well. And then we do have, of course, acoustic laminated windshield. So it's 2 pieces of glass with plastic in between to help protect that. It adheres that so that when you have it gets, something hits your windshield, it's going to keep that together. And then you'll also see the hood carbonized gray graphic decal as well up there. So with the orange accent on there too. So you'll have that too. That'll be standard equipment. On the side, your wheels will be a 17-inch machine face tarnished dark aluminum wheel with the orange painted pockets. Same wheel looks like as last year. Tires are a 17-inch all-terrain tire, 235/65 R17. This is a Goodyear tire for this year. It is a bigger tire than this year than it was last year. That's part of the increased ride height as well. So much better ride height and clearance for this year. 4-wheel analog disc brakes, and then we do have tire pressure monitoring system as well for all 4 of those tires. We do have the Maverick Tremor fender badge with the orange accent. So instead of saying XLT or Lariat, it says Tremor this year. So that is another change on those. The mirrors is a manual folding side view mirror, power glass that is heat as well, and painted black skull caps, or I like to call them mirror caps. I don't like the word skull. Anyway, mirror caps also on that too. Blind spot information system with cross traffic alert and rear cross traffic braking as well. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to light up, put a light in the corner of that mirror, unless it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. As you back up, it lets you know if there's someone coming. Series of tones and lights up the screen so you know not to stop. And if you're not paying attention to that, it will stop the vehicle for you. And then we do have the door handles. They're going to be body colored for the door handles and tailgate handle in the back. Keyless entry as well with the panic alarm on that remote. It does have remote start system as well, and intelligent access. So just leave that key fob in your pocket, put your hands in the door handle, it's going to unlock it. So that's new for the Tremor. If you didn't have a Lariat Tremor last year, then you didn't have this. So that would be new for those people. Lower rocker molding is going to be molded in black down there, just like the lower part of the bumpers on the front and back. Also, you'll see a lower door carbonized gray graphic decal as well. So that is going to be standard equipment. Rear privacy glass, and then the back glass is a power sliding rear window. We'll get to that when we get to the back. Easy fuel capless filler door, so no cap to worry about. Just open that door. You can just put the nozzle in, fill it up. When you're done, take it and shut that door. You also will have the 16.5 gallon fuel tank on that as well. And then the Tremor box decals as well on the back too, just like we did see for last year. Now, moving to the back of the vehicle, the car on the back of the cab, you will have a cargo lamp with the integrated center high mounted stoplight as well. Don't forget about the little shark fin antenna up there to get for your satellite radio and everything. Power sliding rear window with rear glass, as I mentioned earlier. The box tops, the side box rails will be molded in black as well as your tailgate molding on the top. Black chrome tail lights. So again, blacken out those LED tail lights as well. Rear bumper is molded in black too. We do have power tailgate lock like we do see on XLT and above. And then don't forget about the black Ford logo on the back. So white outline, white lettering, but black instead of the blue. Rear parking sensors on the back with reverse brake assist. So as you're backing up, you're going to alert if you get too close to anything. But also, if you don't pay attention to that, it will brake the vehicle, which is really cool. Now, spare tire underneath. So you'll have that spare tire tucked underneath. It is the going to be, it says conventional 17-inch spare tire. So not calling it a full-size spare this year. But it's pretty close. It's a 215/70 R17 tire for that. You'll have the 2K trailer tow receiver hitch with the 4-pin connector. They're actually not just calling it a receiver hitch, but a 2K. So everybody knows that it's 2,000 pounds of towing capability. Trailer sway control as well that you're going to get with that. And then flex bed storage system as well for this. And then so you'll have that in there. And then 400-watt outlet in the left, in the driver's side back there with an LED box lighting switch back there. And on the passenger side, you're going to get a cubby storage in the bed over there. Tie down hooks, there's going to be 10 of them inside there. And you'll have also tie down rail, the bed rail system with the sliding rails. And that counts for one of the 10 the hooks there, and then spray-in bed liner. So you'll have the tough bed spray-in liner in there as well. And something that's coming for Job 2, and I do want to preface this, Job 2, which is going to be in about 3 months after the launch of production. You will also have the the Pro Trailer Backup Assist as well on the vehicle. So you're going to be able to back up that just using that dial, just like you do on the F-150 and now for the Ranger for 24 model year, and now on the Maverick for 25 model year, as well as the Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. Press that button, and then it'll actually back up right to your hitch back there. And I've actually used that. It is pretty slick and pretty easy to use. So again, that's a Job 2. So if you order at Job 1 and you get production date, then it will not come with that, but you'll see a $300 discount package because it doesn't have it. So if that doesn't matter to you, go ahead and place your order early. If you're waiting for that, then you're going to need to wait until Job 2 ordering is available that has that on there. So that won't be at launch, but we've been told it's only going to be 3 months after the order banks open up. So that we're talking probably December or so. So that's something to keep in mind for that feature there. Okay, moving to the interior, we do have the carpeted flooring, all-weather floor mats, standard equipment, front and rear. It does say with the front carpeted mats. And then ambient lighting as well. That'll probably be ice blue, light up the footwells and such there, which is kind of nice to have. Don't forget about your front door storage bins that are real nice and big for you. And then front and rear grab handles. There's one on the passenger side on the front, and then the rear has both. And then there's also coat hooks on the rear doors over them as well. We do have the Tremor instrument panel and floor console accents. So across there. So that's pretty nice. And then vinyl console lid as well. And there will be storage inside that console down there too. Bucket seats in the vehicle. Front seats will be bucket. 8-way power driver seat for the 8-way power seat for the driver is what I was going to say. And that's going to be forward and back, up and down the backrest, and I believe power lumbar. And then you do also have 6-way manual passenger seat. They'll be able to go forward and back, up and down, and then they're recline. ActiveX trimmed bucket seats. They are new for this year. They have been pretty cool. You got to see them in person. Nice little like ridges in it, little orange specks. Just looks good. Front and rear console. Oh, I mentioned our floor console already. Seat back. Driver and front passenger will have map pockets in the seat. I don't know who uses maps anymore, but they're there. If you want to put something else in there like I do, you can do that. I actually do put maps in my Bronco, but they're trail maps. Heated seats for the driver and front passenger as well. Now in the back, we do have a full bench cloth seat. The seat back can come forward. That's where your jack's going to be behind there, as well as the latches for your tether system. For the latch system, that lower anchors and tethers for children, so you can fasten those car seats down into those seats. The flip-up seat cushion as well. So there's under-seat storage under there if you don't have any car seats or anything like that. And then also you do have cup holders in the armrest in the middle of the cushion that can flip down for you. Dual USB ports on the back of the console, as well as a 400-watt outlet. And then we do have, I think that's it for back there. Yeah. And then for the windows, you have power windows, front and rear. One touch up and down feature for all 4 of the windows, which means you just hard press it down, let go, and it's going to go ahead and roll them down. You don't have to hold it. Come up, pull it till you feel that click, and then you can let go, and it's going to roll them up as well. Power locks, unlock and lock, I believe with an auto lock too. A heated soft vinyl wrapped steering wheel. So heated steering wheel there, and it's wrapped. They do mention vinyl wrapped, not leather wrapped. Manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel with the manual lock for that, and you'll have audio controls on the steering wheel too. Now, for this year, all Mavericks get an 8-inch productivity screen through there. In the instrument cluster, a little difference on the Tremor, is that you're going to also have an off-road cluster up there too, so you can see all the off-road capabilities and everything, which comes in real handy when you're in that off-road modes there. And then also your adaptive cruise control. So that's going to be standard on all of the Tremors. So it'll have the adaptive cruise. So if you're going slower if you're going along faster than the person in front of you, it's going to slow you down to go their speed until you can resume. Also, they're giving us predictive speed assist. So what that means is it has the speed sign recognition. So they're not calling it speed sign recognition anymore, predictive speed assist, because it's not just a speed sign recognition, but also predicts the speed when you're going into curves and helps slow you down if it needs to. I believe. We'll test that theory out. We also have stop and go as well. That'll bring you to a complete stop if the vehicle in front of you is needing to do that. We do have the push button start. So again, intelligent access with push button start. So you don't have to get the key out to get in or out or to start it. And then we do have dual zone electronic automatic temperature control. So the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures. B&O audio sound system by Bang & Olufsen with 8 speakers, including does have HD radio. It includes a subwoofer as well. And then you'll notice the center stack, 13.2-inch center stack screen with the Sync 4 with the enhanced voice recognition system. That means you get Sirius XM and with a 360L, 3 months of subscription for free. You have to sign up for subscription after that, but you'll have the hardware for the Sirius satellite. And then also you'll have the wireless connection for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, 911 assist as well, digital owner's manual, and connected navigation for 1 year. Again, 1 year trial on that. After that, you'll have to sign up. I think it's right now it's $80 a month, but you can use Ford Pass points for that if you want. For the visors, illuminated driver and front passenger visors with mirrors on them. And then we do have map lights up above on the overhead console. And then down in the media bin area, you will also have a wireless charging pad in there, along with a power point and 2 USB ports, a type A and C down there. And then we also do have a rotary dial shifter knob, just like last year. And then also a bunch of buttons there. So you'll have some buttons for your drive modes, for your 4x4 lock, and all those buttons right there that you need for off-roading, auto hold, and that kind of stuff right there too. And then you do have the Ford Pass Connect. This year, they are going to try to include the 5G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, which was just taken off last year. And then with that Ford Pass app, you can remote start your vehicle from anywhere, unlock it from anywhere, schedule remote start time, see the tire pressure on your tires, which can come in handy if you're airing down on the trail. You can check the status of your vehicle, like how much fuel you have in it, all that kind of stuff using that app. Okay, that's all of our standard equipment. Oh, not done. Let's talk about colors. So on the inside, you did see some of the colors. You do have that black environment with the orange accents in the vehicle. And what's great this year is they're able to match up the orange accents, because now the XLT does not get the orange accents on the vehicle. They can actually dedicate that plant with the orange accents for the vents and everything. So you'll see there's only one orange. So that's really nice that you have that for the vents, and then also down in the console too. So I think actually console might be black after the video. You'll see it anyway. So you can see what that looks like, and the environment is going to be black for the interior. But for the exterior colors, let's talk about what's available. All the same colors are available on the Tremor, so no limitations here. You have the azure gray tinted clear coat, or no, I'm sorry, that's a tri-coat. We also do have carbonized gray is back from last year. Eruption green's a new color for this year. It is only a 1-year color. So if you want eruption green on your Tremor, you need to get it this year. Oxford white and shadow black are back from last year again. We do have space white metallic. That is, we've seen that on the Mach-E, seen on F-150. So that's a new color. We do not see cactus gray. So it's kind of a couple different grays switching each other out there. We have a ruby red metallic tinted clear coat. I'll get it right. Tinted clear coat. That is probably going to be an extra $495, and that's looks like it's replaced hot pepper red. Hot pepper red is not available this year. Desert sand. I don't know if they called it terrain last year. Between Bronco Sport and Maverick, they called it 2 different things, but desert sand is what they're calling it for this year. It is the same color as the terrain, if you're wondering. Velocity blue is replacing the Atlas blue. So no Atlas blue, but we do have Velocity blue, which I believe that color's back, right? Wasn't that available in the first year? Anyway, that should be back. And then you will not see iconic silver. So that is a color that is not available for this year. So there you go. That's all of our standard equipment for the Tremor. So now let's cover the standalone options. And for this year, I'm not going to include your dealer installed options. For one, most of those are things I think you should leave off your build if you want to get it built faster. But I'll probably do a separate video on a Maverick Monday talking about some of the dealer installed options that could be put on your order and such. And yeah, we'll do that in a separate video. I really don't want to include it in this, just for the fact that I don't think most of the dealer installed options I'm looking at, you should just leave off your build unless you want it to wait longer. So anyway, so we'll talk about standalone options. These are all ones that come from the factory. So they're either put in your vehicle or on your vehicle at the factory. And we'll break out maybe some of the ones that maybe you should think about leaving off as well. towards the end here, and so we'll go from that. And so we're actually using this clip for all of the different trim levels. So if you've seen the XL, then this is probably a part where you can skip, because it's going to be I'm using this clip on all of the videos because it's all the same for the most part. There's some differentiations which we're going to go through as we talk about it for this. So all right, enough of that. Let's dive in now. For optional equipment for the XL trim only, because it's included on the XLT and above, and that is the 2K trailer hitch receiver with a 4-pin connector. Again, that's not available if you do get the XL with the 4K tow package, because you get the different wiring. But this is available on XL on all different of your equipment groups, whether it be hybrid or EcoBoost, it doesn't matter, but it's available on your XL, but not available on XLT and above, because they already get a hitch. All right, next one is the bed tie-down locking rails with the 2 locking brackets. Now, that's already standard equipment on the Lariat and Tremor, but for the XL and XLT, you can go ahead and get those sliding rails if you want. So we replace 2 of your other tie downs in there, so you'd still get 10 total, but it gives you the bed rails if you want it, and that's an optional equipment. The bed extender. The bed extender. Now this is this is available on any of the different trim levels, and not available with the molded drop-in liner, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Which that's not available on the Lariat trim or the Tremor anyway. But just keep that in mind. Also not available with your tonneau pickup box cover, soft folding, and hard roll up. So that bed extender is not available. But that bed extender allows you to be able to, it just goes in there, folds out over the tailgate, and allows you to extend your bed if you want to put a canoe or something like that on there, or just extend it. Or it rotates back in. So if you want to leave your tailgate up, it kind of leaves it to give you like a little area to put things in there so it won't slide clear forward into your bed as well. So bed extender, that has actually been holding up builds on the 24 model year. So I just want to throw that out there. That's a possibility that it could hold up yours from being produced or scheduled for production as well. The bed tray liner. This is not available on the Lariat or the Tremor trims, but it is available on XL and XLT. Now on the XL, if you get this, it also gives you 4 extra tie downs. So you'd have all the tie downs like you'd have in an XLT and above. Now this is not available with your bed mat, but a bed tray liner is, if you see the drop-in bed liner, it is the bottom piece of the 4-piece drop-in bed liner, technically 5-piece. So that's that. So it's just kind of the bottom piece of that. And then also next is the bed liner modular hard drop-in. It is one of the best drop-in liners I've seen of any model out there. It's kind of nice. It's a 5-piece liner that kind of goes in together and drills in to the bed. And this is not available with the Lariat or Tremor because they get a spray-in bed liner included. So they're not available on those. And if you do order this with the XL, then you get those 4 tie downs again on it. So there you go. And then this is not available with your bed extender or your bed mat or your hard rolling tonneau cover. So keep that in mind if you want the modular drop-in liner. Should not be a holdup. They're not putting these on the XLT luxury packages anymore. So because of that, that should make this ease this up to be able to, if you want this as optional equipment, not be a problem getting it. So I'd say go ahead and order it. Next is the bed liner tough spray-in bed liner. That is standard on the Lariat and Tremor, but available on the XL and XLT. And so probably, I don't know, that might hold up your build a little bit. I'm telling you, because they're adding it to all Tremors and all Lariats, it could be a problem. Maybe not too much, but if you put it on there, try it. If it doesn't get scheduled, you might pull it off. But there you go. That is optional on XL and XLT. The bed mat that is removable. So that bed mat can just slide in there and you can take it out. That is not available with your bed tray liner or your modular drop-in liner because you already have something at the bottom. You don't need it. So there you go. That's available on all trim levels, it looks like. So you can even add this to a spray-in liner if you want. So there you go. Engine block heater. That is something that is in bed mat, I don't think is holding things up. But it might. We'll keep you posted. Make sure you're checking out our scheduling videos, our live streams every Tuesday, so you can get all the updated on that because it may be a week-to-week thing on the bed mat. The engine block heater, that is something if you live in a cold weather state, you want to have that plug in the front so you can plug it in the house, keep the engine bay warm. Then this is something, or your engine block, I should say, warm. Then this helps you out. It's available on any trim level. any configuration. That should not hold up your build, and this definitely needs to be done at the factory. So, all right, floor liners, front and rear. We have two options: without the carpeted mats and with the carpeted mats. One of them is cheaper than the other. Now, this is standard on your trimmer, so that won't be available on your trimmer, but is available. So there you go. Front license plate bracket. If you live in a state with a front that requires a front license plate, it's standard equipment. It'll come with your vehicle. If you're in a state like us that doesn't require a front license plate, but you want one, make sure you put it on your order. That's not holding up builds, and your dealers required to put it on free of charge. Make sure they don't charge you for that. All right. Next is a protective film hood and fenders. And I really don't even want to talk about this. This has been holding up builds since the launch of the Maverick. I wouldn't recommend you don't put it on there, but if you want to take a little while, or if you want to hold yours up from production, put it on there. It will. It is available on any of your different trim levels. Not available with the Aero hood deflectors. That's a dealer installed option. Anyway, there you go. All right. And then lastly, we're going to talk about 3 different pickup box bed covers. I recommend you leave all these off. And I know Ford hates when I say this because they need to keep those guys busy putting some on. But I'm just telling you, if you add any of these, it will probably hold up your build because the production availability is very small on this. So without it on there, the very simple you can make your build, the better it is for getting your schedule for a production date, especially an early one. But here's your options. You have a hard roll-up one that is available on about any trim level, not available with your bed extender, not available with your hard drop-in liner as well, and not available with your Yakima bed rail mounted crossbars, which is a dealer installed option. Then you have the hard trifold bed cover that is not available with your Yakima bed rail mounted crossbars, but is available with all the other stuff because some of these just happens to be where the brackets are to put this onto the bed rails. That makes it to where it doesn't work with some of the others. And then you have the pickup box cover soft folding. So that's a trifold as well, I believe, maybe a quadruple. I don't know. Anyway, is not available with the bed extender or your bed divider kit, which is a dealer installed option, or your Yakima bed rail mounted crossbars, which is a dealer installed option as well. So there you go. And then lastly, 2 other things. We do have the power moonroof, which is available in the XLT, Lariat, and Tremor. So that's available on those 3 there. And also the splash guards molded front and rear is also available. I wouldn't put it on your build. This has been holding up a lot of orders in the past. It is available on the XLT, Lariat, or Tremor, but not available on the XL. And again, get that from your dealership later is what I'd recommend. It's going to come into the vehicle anyway. The dealership's going to have to install it. So just let your dealership install it. It will cost a little extra, but it won't hold up your build. So that's there's all the optional equipment for those trim levels: XL, XLT, Lariat, and Tremors. So that's all of your standard equipment and different optional packages and standalone options all in this video. And don't forget, order banks are opening up real soon. It's supposed to be the day of August 1st, probably in late afternoon. You can place an order for any of the different trim levels here. And so hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. And don't forget to check out the other videos. We're doing the whole complete breakdown of all the different trim levels, so you're very educated. You know what to do. And speaking of educating, don't forget about some of the ordering tips. So I'm going to go over some ordering tips, and then I'll go over our YouTube special here. And so some things to keep in mind if you're going to place that order with your local dealer. There are some great local dealers, so please seek them out. I always try to buy local if I can, and try to do that if you'd like to as well. But some things to just kind of keep them honest and make sure you don't have any surprises when that Maverick comes in after you've been waiting a little while, is just kind of get everything down in writing, right? So find out when you order the vehicle, Ford is going to show on that printout what your MSRP price is. So, find out from that dealer. Are they going to be at MSRP? Are they going to be below? Are they going to be above? What's their price? And then find out also if they're going to add anything to your vehicle. So something that some dealers are doing now is that they're actually adding some different aftermarket stuff like a protective film or a clear coat protected, or they're adding like nitro to the tires or window tint to the vehicles, and they say that comes on every vehicle and it's required. I don't think they can do that. So ask them, find out if they're going to do that and what that cost is going to be, and is it things that you really want. If you don't want them, talk to them and say that's not going to work for me. There's other dealers that aren't doing that, and McArthur is one of those. So if you don't want to do that, then seek them out and put them on the hot seat, but also get that in writing. that they won't add that to your vehicle when it comes in. Also, find out what their dealer fee. That's another fee that is added on. And we're very transparent. We do have a dealer fee. Some states don't require or don't allow dealers to do it. Some states, some dealerships, they can dictate what that is. Ours is $495, and that cost does not go to the salesperson. Most of that goes. There's a small percentage that does go to again, being transparent, that goes to the salesperson as a year-end bonus for every vehicle they sell. So if they sell a vehicle and don't make any money on it, they'll at least at the end of the year get a little bit of a bonus. So a very, very small percentage of that, I'm talking just dollars for each deal, goes to the salesperson. The rest of that goes to our business office upstairs to help process everything out and on each of those deals. And some of that money has to be paid to the state and into titling and such like that. So that's what that fee goes to. But it all goes to the administrative office, just so you know that. But that is our dealer fee, and other dealers may charge more or less than that. But just being transparent, that's what will be added to all of our deals. And then also find out if they know about honoring price protection and your incentives. So when you order the vehicle, Ford will honor what it is when you order the vehicle. As long as the person that ordered the vehicle buys the vehicle, same name, if the address changes, let's say you move, the dealer can get an exception to get that back. Then the price should be protected to what it was when you ordered the vehicle. If Ford raises the price, they'll reimburse back the dealership 45 to 60 days later on their dealer payment statement. So that is a thing. It's called price protection. I've done a lot of videos on this, and it is a thing. And it is, and not only that, but if you look on the invoice, have them, tell them to look on the invoice. You'll see a protected invoice amount, so they get their money back. So that tells them, and they readjust that invoice, and then they're going to reimburse that money back. Also, the incentives. So if, let's say, there probably won't be any special incentives on the Maverick, but if there were, you would be able to lock in those any special rates or any special rebates that are applicable at the time you order it. Or if there's some that happen when the vehicle comes in, you can take one or the other. You can't, if they change in between and then go away, you can't get them in between, but you can get the protected date, which is the date you order it, or the sale date, the date it comes in. So that's also something you might want to ask them about too. So there's some helpful tips to make sure that you get protected on your vehicle, and that you have no surprises when the vehicle comes in. And those are all things that we know and we do here at McArthur, because we are a transparent dealer. So make sure you know about all those things. And if you want to order with us, we are taking orders. We're one of the largest volume Maverick dealers in the country. We were number one through the first half of the year of 2024. And we'll probably close out and get me one of the top dealers in the country this year, meaning that allocations are given to dealers based on their sales volume. So what is an allocation? That is a dealer needs an allocation to fulfill an order. So if a dealer has 20 orders, not all 20 of those will be built unless they have 20 allocations. So a dealer earns an allocation based on their sales volume and what they have in inventory. If it's a dealer doesn't turn their Mavericks, let's say they're trying to go over MSRP and they're sitting on their lot, that actually affects them. They're going to get less allocations. They're going to give it to the dealer that's actually getting the vehicles and selling the vehicles, and they're turning them quickly. And that is what we do here at McArthur. We continue to turn those, and because of that, we get a lot of allocation. So if you want to order from us, we are doing MSRP pricing on all the Mavericks. We do have a special $495 fee. I told you that earlier, but also we have a special YouTube. If you want to finance with us, we'll pay up to the first $1,000 of the shipping cost to have it shipped right to your door. And then if it's over $1,000, then you'll pay for that difference. But if you want to come and fly up and meet us, pick up the vehicle here and drive it home, a lot of people are doing that. It's a lot of fun to meet you guys in person. Then you get $1,000 of your travel expenses. So we're talking flights, hotel, and any fuel going back to your location. You just send us those receipts and we reimburse you back up to $1,000 for that as well if you finance with us. We do say at the standard rates and at the full amount, just for the fact that that's how we got to reimburse $1,000. And if you know anything about pricing on the Maverick, there's not $1,000 markup there. So that's how we're able to pay for that. But if you're already planning to finance anyway, this is a great way to help you get it shipped right to you, or to come up and pick it up and have your travel expenses paid for. So there we go. That's how that works for us. So if you want to do that, let us know. Contact us. You can go on our website and you can actually build the vehicle out on our website of how you want it configured. Fill out your name and information and put in the comments in there that you saw the YouTube, you want the YouTube special in the comments and then the notes. And then that way we can make sure you get that offer, and we can go ahead and place your order right away and get it in there so we can get it scheduled for you as soon as possible. So you should be expecting probably January 1 is the first delivery dates. Ford is saying they're going to be holding up these new builds to make sure there's no issues with recalls and such, like they've had in the past. So we know that production starts in November. And so we're probably going to be January before some of those are shipped out to dealers, just so you're aware of that and that timing and everything. So there you go. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching this video. Hope you guys helped you out. Hit that like button if it did. Also hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. And then until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.